I want to tell you a story about me taking care of my children, and I lived on this 20-acre farm called Aki Kuahara's farm, and it turned into Polestar later. Well, I lived there with my two kids, and I didn't have any electricity at all, so I had to make it, I had to. And so I set up a little contraption for when I first got home every day. I I tied a rope to a lighter. And so I tied it to this, um, you know, this little stand. And so I duct taped um, a rope and a lighter. And so as soon as I came home, I just grabbed the rope and then I would turn the light on with my lighter. And so that's how I had light when I first got onto this 20 acres. And I had to put up the roof all by myself. And, I'm a single mom, got two kids, and I have to figure out how to get a very heavy plastic roof on this carport so it wouldn't leak. So I had to, I have to figure this out on my own. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. So it was very MacGyver. I took ropes and tied rocks onto them on each end. And that's what I did to help get throw the tarp on the roof, the carport. And then I used the gravity of the rocks and the rope to throw that tarp up there. Then I had to get up by myself, and I didn't have a ladder. I first moved to this island. I didn't have a car. I didn't have hardly anything. And so I just had to figure out everything out. I didn't have a way to get a ladder there. So I had to climb up the side of this building on my own. So I'm climbing up the side of this building. It's very intense, with a tarp that I got up by ropes and rocks to get that tarp up there. And so I climb up on the side of this building. I'm like, I have to do this. I can't take no for an answer. So I climb up there, and it was so hard, but I did it. I climbed up without a ladder. I shimmied. I did whatever it took. Get up on top of this. Get this tarp up all by myself without anybody else's help, without a ladder. And so I get up there, tie the roof down myself. And then I'm like, oh, wow, now I got to get down without a ladder. So I see a coconut tree over there next to the roof. And I said, well, I could jump on it and slide down. And that's what I did. I jumped on the coconut and slid down. And that's how I put the roof up on my house. And I was like, this is a good story. This is a good story. This is amazing. This is me being a single mom and figuring things out without really not knowing that many people on the island, without having friends I could reach out to. I had to do it on my own. And I learned so much. I feel like I learned how to be kind of like a superhero with the sixth sense, living on this 20 acres by myself. Eventually, I did have another friend live there, but in the beginning, I was living there all by myself. And so there was a double-decker bus there, an antique double-decker bus, and another bus. And I had to clean those buses out, and that was part of me living there, And it was like, whoa, there was a lot of stuff to clean out. Whoa, it was like scary. I mean, every bad thing you could find in the ghetto was inside of this double-decker bus. I mean, it was bad. And that was that's what I did to earn the right to live on this property. And so I cleaned those buses out. I fixed up a little cabin, and was a really magical place to live. I made it happen, and Aki was such a good man, a Japanese guy, and he was really into quantum physics, and he was a really good artist. And anyway, we were interested in buying this land. My family made an offer on this land, but it didn't go through. But we were all like really close, and So I had a really good time living on this land. And they got some funny stories about this land. And I living there with my kids, and they were just having a good time. They just loved this little cabin, and they loved just jumping around and playing on this cabin. And I remember I painted the roof of this cabin one time, and I wanted it to be really interesting and funky. And so I took rainbow colors and put it on my on my broom. And I took the rainbow colors and just totally did the roof of my cabin in rainbow colors. It was so cute. And I called this place a love shack. And it was very unique the way we did it, the way I did it. It was cool, you know? And I remember one time we needed a car. We really wanted a car. And, well, we found this abandoned car, and it was abandoned. It was abandoned for quite a while, like at least 3 days. And, well, anyway, we ended up with this car. And anyway, we had a backwards car. And it would only drive backwards. So we were driving backwards. Everything we got done was backwards. But I wasn't the one who got this car. But anyway, I'm just saying, this car was a backwards car and ran all of our errands backwards and played music. And anyway, really had a good time on this piece of land. Really had fun. And those are special times in my life. Sending out my love. Aloha.